The Samsung Galaxy S26 has barely had time to settle into people's pockets, and we're already getting fresh leaks about what Samsung might do next. And if the latest Galaxy S27 rumors are even close to true, Samsung could be preparing one of the biggest lineup shakeups we've seen in years. A brand new Samsung Galaxy S27 Pro. Now, on paper, Galaxy S27 Pro sounds like a dream device, a near Ultra experience, a lower price than the Ultra, and a clear upgrade path for people who want premium without going all the way to the top. But the deeper you think about it, the more complicated and potentially messy this whole strategy becomes. So let's break down the leak. What the Galaxy S27 Pro could mean for the S27, S27 Plus, and S27 Ultra, and why this could either be Samsung's smartest move or a pricing and product positioning disaster. First, let's talk about what's being rumored. The report suggests that Samsung's early 2027 Galaxy S lineup could expand to 4 main models instead of the usual 3. That would likely look like this: Samsung Galaxy S27, Samsung Galaxy S27 Plus, Samsung Galaxy S27 Pro, Samsung Galaxy S27 Ultra, and the key detail here is where the Pro is supposed to sit. Above the base Galaxy S27 and the Galaxy S27 Plus, but below the Galaxy S27 Ultra. In other words, Samsung may be building a premium, flagship tier that doesn't fully replace the Ultra but borrows a lot of what makes the Ultra desirable. The rumor also says the Galaxy S27 Pro would share many of the Ultra's specs and features more than the base and Plus models typically share today. One of the headline features mentioned is Samsung's privacy display tech, the kind of premium display feature you'd expect to stay exclusive to the most expensive phone. If Samsung puts that on the S27 Pro, that's a big signal. This isn't just a Plus with a new name, it's meant to feel like a serious flagship. But there's a catch, and it's a big one. At least one major feature is expected to remain exclusive to the Galaxy S27 Ultra, the S Pen. If the leaks are accurate, the S27 Pro won't include S Pen support, positioning the Ultra as the only Note-like option in the Galaxy S lineup. So right away, you can see the shape of Samsung's plan. Galaxy S27 and S27 Plus mainstream. Flagships Galaxy S27 Pro, Ultra-like power. Fewer Ultra-only features. Galaxy S27 Ultra, the absolute maximum. Plus the S Pen identitine, if you're thinking, wait, haven't we heard something like this before? Yes, we have. Not that long ago, there were rumors that Samsung wanted to do a Galaxy S26 Pro. Those plans never happened. The S26 launch stuck to the classic trio: Galaxy S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. But the fact that these Pro rumors keep coming back suggests Samsung is still experimenting behind the scenes, trying to find a lineup structure that increases sales without confusing buyers. And this is exactly where the Galaxy S27 Pro starts to become controversial, because the Pro phone itself isn't automatically the problem. The real problem is what it could do to the rest of the Galaxy S lineup. Let's be honest, in recent years, the base Galaxy S and the Plus model have often felt like they're being held back on purpose. Sometimes the upgrades are small, sometimes key features are missing, and sometimes prices rise, even when the phones don't feel dramatically improved. So, if Samsung introduces a Galaxy S27 Pro that sits above the S27 and S27 Plus, what happens next? It creates a new middle premium tier, and that makes it harder for Samsung to meaningfully upgrade the base model and the Plus model, because Samsung will want the Pro to feel like the obvious step dash up. Think about it. If the Galaxy S27 Pro is supposed to be the exciting new premium option, then Samsung has an incentive to keep certain upgrades away from the S27 and S27 Plus. Better cameras, faster charging, more RAM, better materials, more advanced display tech. Some of those improvements may now get reserved for the Pro, not the Plus, and that could be bad news, because the Galaxy S27 and S27 Plus are the two models that most need attention if Samsung wants the entire lineup to feel competitive. Now, let's talk about what the Galaxy S27 Pro might actually include if it truly shares many Galaxy S27 Ultra level specs. You can expect things like a more advanced camera system than the base and plus better battery life, and possibly faster wired charging, higher RAM and storage options, more premium display technology, including the rumored privacy display feature, potentially more ultra-grade materials and durability features. But it still won't have the S Pen, and it may not have every single ultra camera or ultra-exclusive feature. Samsung could also draw lines based on size. Maybe the Pro is smaller, while the Ultra stays the Big Max phone. Or Samsung might keep the Ultra as the only model with the absolute best zoom hardware. The Pro would be designed to feel like the phone people should buy if they want premium without paying Ultra money, which sounds great, until you consider pricing. Pricing is where this whole idea can fall apart fast. The Galaxy S26 series already showed us something important. Samsung is comfortable raising prices, even when upgrades aren't huge, and once prices go up, they rarely come back down. Right now, the pricing structure people have in mind looks something like Galaxy SR Leo around Jobai Galaxy SR Leo, plus around E10 by Galaxy SR Leo. Ultra around $1,300. Now insert a Galaxy S27 Pro into that structure. The Pro has to sit between the Plus and the Ultra, unless Samsung changes everything. But if Samsung keeps the base and Plus at similar price points, where does the Pro go? Let's imagine Samsung tries to price the Galaxy S27 Pro at $1,200. Immediately, you get a problem. Why would someone spend $1,100 on the Galaxy S27 Plus if a much more ultra-like S27 Pro is only $100 more? That makes the Plus look like the awkward middle child again. Okay, so maybe Samsung pushes the Pro higher. Maybe the Galaxy S27 Pro starts at $1,300. But then what happens to the Galaxy S27 Ultra? If the Ultra stays at $1,300, the Pro and Ultra collide. That doesn't work. Samsung would have to push the Ultra upward, and that's the nightmare scenario a lot of buyers are worried about. Galaxy SRT at Jobai Galaxy SRT, Plus at E by Galaxy SRT Pro at E, Sen by Galaxy SRT, Ultra at $1,400. Even if those exact numbers aren't right, you can see the pattern. Adding a new model can become a convenient excuse to lift the ceilings. If Samsung wants the Ultra to remain the top dog with enough separation from the Pro, and that creates two big risks. Risk number one, the Galaxy S27 Ultra becomes too expensive for too many people. Risk number two, the Galaxy S27 and S27 Plus stay under-upgraded because Samsung wants the Pro to look like the real flagship. So Samsung could end up with a lineup where the Ultra is out of reach. The Pro is the new default premium, and the base and Plus models feel less exciting than they should, especially at $900 and above. Now, here's the part that should really make people pause. We've seen Samsung try a four-phone flagship strategy before when companies add one more model to the lineup. It often sounds like they're giving customers more choice, but in reality, it can dilute attention, confuse buyers, and create one phone that barely anyone cares about. Samsung has experimented with this kind of extra model approach in the past, and the results weren't exactly inspiring. A fourth phone can easily turn into the device that exists mainly to fill a gap on a pricing chart than delivering a truly new experience. If the Galaxy S27 Pro ends up being almost ultra, but not quite, it could land in a weird space. Too expensive for people who just want a solid flagship, unique enough for people who want the absolute best, not clearly better value than either the Plus or the Ultra, depending on pricing, and if it doesn't sell well, Samsung won't lower the Ultra price to compensate. They'll just keep moving forward, while buyers are left wondering why the standard models still feel like they're missing features that should have been there.